Hey everybody, it's Red. Welcome back to Armigals. Right, and last we left off, well, our counselors still aren't back, and we've split looking to see if there's any signs of anyone anywhere. I set off in my own direction, heading toward the way we arrived at the camp. This is likely the route Shelton took to leave. The ground gets harder and the tracks less obvious, but the path is still there. Ugh, my legs are to fall off. And for every mile I walk forward, they check the same mile back. At least that'll be downhill. Hours seem to pass. I occasionally stop for a break and regret not bringing any water with me. Yeah, that would be a big mistake. Finally, I come to the crest of a steep hill, relieved to see a downward slope. That's when I see it. The music cut off. That's a very ominous statement. See what? In a tree line ahead, the back of Shelton's car is plainly visible. Adrenaline suddenly pumping, I forget the pain in my legs as I run forward the last few yards. Oh God. Oh. Well, shit. I come around the side of the car and notice the front of the vehicle is smashed up against a tree. My stomach twists anxiously at the person-shaped silhouette of the driver's seat. I slowly creep closer. Oh man. Come on, just keep it together. Has he been out here since the first night he left? He must have wrecked on his way to town. There's no way he's still alive. And if he's dead, then we really are stranded out here. I try to calm myself, having never actually seen a dead body before. At least, not one out of a coffin. Carefully, I open the door of the car. My hand clamps over my nose at the stench, my eyes screwing shut immediately. Ha! Ugh. Once I'm certain I'm not going to throw up, I slowly peel up my eyes. No blood, but Shelton's chest is practically wrapped around the steering wheel, where he's crushed against it. Ugh. Come on, don't focus on it. You gotta be smart here. Once I get used to the sight, I start thinking a little more clearly. I don't have much time. The sun will be setting soon, and I have a long walk back to the others. I take a deep breath and look around. Oh shit! Car floor, trunk of the car, around Shelton, under the car, tire tracks. So I don't have a lot of time. So, okay, how many choices? Am I gonna get one or am I gonna have a couple? Oh god, car floors, trunk of the car, around Shelton, under the car. Well, I guess the trunk would be an obvious choice if I want to look for any supplies. Because if we really are stranded, then fuck, we could use anything we can get our hands on, and maybe there's something in the vehicle, so I guess start there. I steel myself as much as I can, reaching around Shelton's body to get the keys out of the ignition. My gag reflex jumps in my throat, my heart racing. I jiggle the keys gradually, as if I'm worried Shelton might turn to a zombie patient zero and take me out. The keys finally slide free, and I practically fall away from the car, scrambling away from the body. I pop open the trunk, glad to investigate anywhere that does not involve looking at Shelton's corpse. I even found what I was hoping for. There's a few emergency rations of food and packets that look like military-style MREs. These will come in handy. Okay, so good choice, right. Car floor around Shelton, under the car, tire tracks. I'm not entirely sure what I would net by looking under the car or looking at the tire tracks. I mean, it seems like he crashed into a tree, so why would there be supplies under there? It isn't. The car flown around Shelton seemed like the more logical options, just because there might be stuff in the car that's usable. I'm not sure why these are relevant. I'll see, now I'm curious. I don't know how many. I'm gonna well, although looking around him, maybe he had a phone on him. Although maybe if there was a phone, it was in the car. Oh, see, this is. You can say I'm looking for a phone, and although, well, no, Cheryl was saying she didn't have any signal, although she may have been lying, but then again, we're out in the middle of nowhere, so it's very likely there is no signal. Ugh. God damn it, it just... I'll try the car floor, I guess. I'm noticing down my Shelton's feet some snack food that appears to be something metal. I kneel down and manage to slide a cell phone out from beside his shoe. The screen's cracked. Was he talking on this when he wrecked? His phone holes are still attached to his belt. It couldn't have flown out if he'd had it in there. Maybe he was distracted. Looking around doesn't get me anywhere, and the light is starting to turn orange. It'll be dark by the time I get back. Besides, the stench is starting to get to me. I better go. Damn. I was hoping if I had one more choice, I'd check the tire tracks out of anything else, just because I was curious, but alright. Rubbing the goosebumps off my arm, I start walking back toward camp. Anxious, a realization of what's happened seems to press down on me. It coils in my chest and makes it hard to breathe. We're alone out here. There you are. Where were you? We thought you got lost. I slumped down one of the logs from the fire, my legs all but giving out from the hike. What's the matter? I glanced up at Etta, who seems to have read my expression. He's dead. What? Shelton. I found his car. Found it where? Your eyes just got brighter. It's like they lit up at the sound of death. Death? Fring. There are souls to consume. Crashed out in the forest. He was still dead inside. Oh, he was still dead inside. He was still inside. Blah, blah, blah. That would have been redundant. A stunned silence overtakes the girls, and they gaze at me wide-eyed. We're dead. We're so dead. We're not dead. Etta's sharp tone cuts across Rain before she can freak out anymore. Andrea just looks shocked, trying to wrap her head around what she's hearing. Etta is the one who continues calmly. Tell me about the crash. What do you want me to say? He crashed. He hit a tree. I found his phone, but it was smashed. But the car? Completely totaled. There's nothing we can do to salvage it and get out of here. An uncomfortable silence settles around us. So, what do we do? Rain didn't see anyone at the lake, and Ed and I just saw more forest. We'll have to walk back the way we came. Would we even have enough food for the trip? It doesn't matter. I nod. That is right. Going to run out either way. It just depends on if we want to starve here, or what? Starve closer to civilization? We might as well give it a try. If we just play this smart, we might be able to make it back. Andrea pulls her legs up close to her body, staring mournfully into the fire. Etta simply scowls. All around us is darkness. Miles and miles of empty, cold darkness. Only the small fire between us keeps it at bay. What will it be like if we travel through that darkness? Gradually, we start to pack up for the night. The girls still look as dejected as I feel, picking up slowly and putting out the fire. We can't keep this attitude up. Hey. The girls all look at me, immediately making me feel a lot smaller. Yeah, now that I think about it, inspiring speeches aren't exactly on my resume. Talking about out of my ass? I got that covered. We're going to be alright. We have supplies, we know which way town is, and Cheryl's still out there. She might realize something's wrong when she can't get in touch with Shelton. I just mean, it's not as bad as it seems. So, where was I going with this? Kyle's right. To my surprise, that is the one who swoops in and saves me from floundering. Hey look, she's actually smiling. What do you know? Oh, the little half thing she did earlier. For now, just think of it like a hike. We can make it, so none of this moping around. She looks at me with a small nod of acknowledgement. I guess we're in this together now. We have to get through it somehow. All of us. Alright. It just sucks. Yeah, that's putting it mildly, but yes. What did we just say? What? She crosses her arms defiantly. Well, she doesn't seem as upset, right? Andrea's still a bit quiet, but it's hard to know what she's thinking. I guess it's kind of exciting, in a suspense movie kind of way. So much for her concern for our mortal peril. I mean, if that sort of, soft disconnection is what helps her cope, then by all means. As long as she has enough presence of mind to react to a serious situation, then it's fine. Rain soon turns in, complaining about the early start tomorrow, but no one tries to stop her. I should probably do the same. Day 5 dawns. Dawn of the third day. There's a lot of grumbling and confusion. there. There's a lot of grumbling and confusion as we start to put together our packs, filling up everything we can carry. The weight of what we're about to do is still settling over the group. I can see from a few tired faces that not everyone slept well. Try as we might to act like everything is normal, that doesn't put us any closer to safety. I gaze mourn for the seams of my backpack, which looks ready to give way. We all brought school backpacks, not the kind meant for carrying hiking and camping supplies. Shelton's is the only one designed for traveling out in the wilderness, so we put the food and spare tent in it. Ugh, this thing weighs a ton. Isn't that a good thing? It means we have a lot of supplies. What good are supplies if we can't even lift them? Who's gonna carry this? She presses her finger to her nose. Not it. The others stare at her in blank confusion. Andrea's hand twitching as if she's worried this is actually how we're going to decide. We each take turns. Edda strides over, hefting up the bag with one arm and tossing it over her shoulder. I'll take it first. Yeah, that is the most logical conclusion, not just not it, god damn it. I mean, I'm pretty sure she can handle it. So, I guess I'll just go with that. I mean, if we're taking turns anyway, then it's not like I'm gonna shirk it. Are you sure? I mean, yes. Andrea still looks conflicted, obviously wanting to help. Edda can handle it. Besides, we're all gonna take a turn eventually. Doesn't matter who takes it first. Edda gives me a nod. Exactly. Finally, we take everything we possibly can. Andrea slings her bag onto her shoulders. Edda the same. Ah! I could swear that my spine bent out of shape for a second. So heavy. You okay? Yep. I puff up my chest a bit, trying to look like the pack is weightless, and trying not to topple over backwards. Andrea just stares at me strangely. We have to decide how to go. The road here wasn't straight, so... She turns her gaze toward the woods, where Shelton's truck vanished. You went through the motorbike, and you know where Shelton's car crashed. Exactly. You might have a better sense of where to go. I gape at them. That's a huge responsibility. Well, we know we're going north, but if we just head straight towards the east or west, I'm not sure we'll get anywhere. I tried to look for light pollution last night, but I couldn't see in the distance because of the trees. We can follow the path for a while, but after that I have no idea. Yeah. Alright, well, I'm going to end the episode here. Thank you very much for watching, hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time.